Okay, I'm live, guys. Hi. Sorry for cutting out like that. Anyways, once you get in, feel free to like chat anything. I really don't care. If you chat any more Benji X Scarlet songs, I'm gonna make I will make um I will make those in Synth B because I kind of can. Just live chat all messages. Hello, anyone? Hi. Okay. Potato Chip, if you can hear me, please text me. Okay, sweet. I assume Vivi will join later. Okay, continuing on. Did y'all get to hear Murder 49? I was gonna read it again. It was Sir William with a prayer candle in the gnarled tree. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. There's something wrong with this island. It made me do it, don't you see? The island made me do a defense. Logico had heard that one before, and Sir William was already being tied up and thrown up in the lighthouse by the time he finished his monologue. This is pretty special, isn't it? Logico asked the Irashna, solving mysteries together on a mysterious island. But Irashna seemed preoccupied. What was he thinking about? God, I love God, I'm gonna be like really sad here in just a second. Probably, I don't know. Dude, I remember doing the next one at like 7 in the morning and like on the verge of tears. Did not have a proper breakfast that morning. It was not good. Also, you'll find out why I hate Cerulean so much because he's a dickwad. Anyways, 50. The killing of Irashno. As Deductive Logico was walking back from the dead woods, he saw that someone had lit the light of the lighthouse, and then he heard a scream, unmistakably the scream of Inspector Irashno. Logico raced toward the lighthouse, but he was too late. Irashno was unconscious and badly hurt. While the castaway tended to him, Logico worked to crack the case. Hold on, my mom texted me. Work phone. Sorry, my thing cut out. If you just got here, Irashno died! God damn it, I cannot think anything good. I remember reading this at like 7:30 in the morning, right? I was absolutely devastated. I had like dry freaking Fruit Loops in a cup that morning because there were no bowls, and I didn't feel like getting milk. It was absolutely heartbroken. I was like, no! I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so upset. Don't do the Star Binary X Moonlight. I think I actually. Oh, mom's texting me. So, anyways, I'm gonna check if it's still raining real quick. Yeah, this is why Cerulean's a bitch, and I hate him, and I hope he dies. Hold on, guys. I gotta feed my dog and take her outside. I'll be back in just a second. Don't leave. You should definitely here when I'm gone. I will shout out someone on Comic Studio who makes, or like YouTube, who makes the worst Myrtle ship. Like Logico X Dame Obsidian, for example, and then you can just ship multi-fandom. I'm gonna be right back. I better see the most god awful ships when I come back. Hey, I'm back. My dog didn't even want to go outside. Anyways, it was Cerulean with a rock and the light itself. Velogico didn't stick around to hear Cerulean's defense, because one of the castaways told him that Irrational was fading fast. So he ran to the cove and held him. Irrational, hold on, Logico shouted. But all Irrational could say was, ruins. And then he was gone. So many mysteries go unsolved. Like, what could they have been to each other? And why did it have to be this way? And perhaps most important of all, what did he mean by his final words? God, you're such a good couple. I hate that they don't get together. Because Irrational is dead, and totally not because he comes back to life. I'm not fortunate or anything. Hard-boiled. Detective Logico had lost everything. His friend, his rival, his maybe something more. His source of funds. With Inspector Irrational gone, he was alone against the world. But he was a man with a mission, too. And he wasn't going to let anything get in the way of it. I can't believe that Irrational died for, like, the second time. This is heartbreaking. I'm so mad. I'm so absolutely distraught. What are your thoughts on Irrational being dead? What are your thoughts on Irrational? Anyways, what are your thoughts on Irrational being dead? Let me just type in the chat my thoughts real quick. Well, died in quotation marks. I was gonna. Can't believe Irrational died. Truly a tragedy, Potato Chip. Text me. It was how I felt reading that for the first time. Anyways, Logico had never cared about motives before, but Irrational had. Maybe this was his way of keeping him around, or maybe he now just saw everyone as a potential killer. He was a man on a mission. He had to figure out what these ancient ruins were, what the symbols stamped upon them meant, Exhibit C, blah, 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 and what they had to do with Irrational's killing. Before he knew, Cerulean was just a tool of a larger conspiracy. Because he knew someone behind him, someone else was calling the shots, and Logico was going to find that person. And when he found that person, he was going to get revenge. The Detective Club challenge for these mysteries is to figure out. Oh yeah, it's the Detective Club. It's the website. I can't believe Irrational died. Oh, I was actually sad the entire freaking day at camp. Like, I was in, I was, in Russian class, right? Completely distraught. Counting in Russian, like your average 12-year-old at the time. 51, the grave death at the graveyard. Deductive Logico could not believe that Irrational was really dead, but he had seen him die, and he had seen him be buried, and there was really no denying it now. He was dead, and so it turned out that the parson who wasn't supposed to speak at his funeral. I actually, yes, Vivi, I was that. I was. That is exactly what I looked like. Also, imagine having to solve your love interest, your love interest dies, right? And then you have to solve a murder at their funeral, and you're just like, I can't get a break. Yeah, it's there's 4 now. Not meteorology. Astrologer, Azure, start. Azure, Earl Grey, Tangerine, and Cloud. Anyways, ancient ruins are not here, surprisingly. I mean, you are at a funeral. Anyways, got it. I finished this book in just under a week, by the way. I love this book. The quotes at the end of these are going to get a little funny. 51. It was Earl Grey with a cauldron in the huge mausoleum to rob the victim. He had my bags, Earl Grey roared. Antique tea bags that I let him borrow, and I suspected he was brewing them instead of appreciating them as the art they were. So yeah, maybe I robbed him, but I was robbing back my own bags, and he tried to stop me, so I killed him. Fine. Logico didn't care about these speeches. He cared about revenge. Anyways. Grey cookie. Hold on, I need to visualize that. Let me just go to Cookie Run Comic Studio real quick. Let me just. Look at Cookie Run Comic Studio real quick. What cookie is Logico, guys? What cookie is Logico? I need the answers. Oh, aren't you pretty? I don't know, man. Hold on, let me find Earl Grey. Earl, where is he? There he is. Hold on. Guys, I didn't actually. Hold on, I gotta. Who would attend? What cookie would attend a Rashno's funeral, guys? I'm just gonna choose you, because why not? There you go. Earl Gay. Ah! Anyways, 52 were returned to the Institute. The Detective Logico headed back to the Investigation Institute to find that the grounds were overgrown with weeds. With the Rashno gone, nobody was taking care of the place, and it seemed quiet. Too quiet. Logico realized that was because the only guard had been murdered. God, imagine coming back from a funeral of, like, your partner, and then you have to solve, like 50 other murders. I love this book so much. 52. It was philologist Flint with a hypnotic pocket watch and an impossible hedge maze to inherit a fortune. And I would have, if not for you. Inspector Rashno willed this whole place to that guard because he said he could be trusted. Except that guard trusted me because of my hypnotic pocket watch, and I used it to get him and put me on the will. And then, well, you figured it out what I did then, and then I would have gone away for it if not for you. Logico didn't care about pitching his philologist. He cared about revenge. He's a Scooby-Doo villain. Flint is a Scooby-Doo villain. Anyways, that was the wrong page. Hold on. 53. The walk in the mysterious woods. Deductive Logico walked away from the Institute down the lone and lonely road until eventually he wandered off the road into the woods, where he found the body of a woman wearing strange cultic robes. Oh no! It's playing like the Dream Manhunt, like Dream Speedrun music in the background. Like your brother's seething. What pizza even is it? What pizza did he get? Like, is it even worth seething over? Like, I understand if it's like Casey's or Papa John's, but like, if it's like Hunt's Brothers. Anyways, suspects: Cloud, Maroon, Pine, and Umber. Vivi, I need to know what kind of pizza your brother's like trying to. What pizza was dropped for you to have your brother manhunt your sister? Was it even that good of a pizza? Marco's Pizza? Marco's? I guess it's good, but the last time I had it was when I was 7 before a ballet recital. Last time I had it was like before like a ballet recital. My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. Anyway, so sociologist Umber with an old sword in the moving cave of the revolution. She claimed the cultist was a reactionary fighting for the status quo. Logico could understand wanting to overturn the world. There were 2 things that were good and 2 things that were true, and he wished they were the same, but they often weren't. What do you know about the ancient ruins, he asked. She gave him a lot of words, but no hints. He didn't care about the theory. He cared about revenge. Guys, I'm starting to think he cares about revenge. I don't know, man. I think he cares about revenge. And one of the things he says, I don't care about the stability of Europe. I care about revenge. Mooney, he doesn't care about Europe. He cares about revenge. He will let Europe crumble as long as he gets his precious Logico back. Not Logico, Rational back. Confusing the names. And then there was another one again. Deductive Logico returned to the secluded island to investigate the ancient ruins that were there. Well, when he got there, the new caretaker had been murdered. This did not seem like a safe job. Whoa, really? Anyway, suspects Mauve, Navy, Ink, and Rose. 2KE7? Stop. Is that even a move in chess? Anyways, 54. It's somewhere. It was Admiral Navy with an axe in the cliffs to impress a lady. What kind of lady would be impressed by you killing someone? The kind of lady I'm looking for. Deductive Logico didn't want a lady. He wanted revenge. And also a man. Anyways, 55. Unusual webbing, unnatural crimes. Camping alone in a national park, Deductive Logico dreamt about ancient ruins and a park ranger being murdered. When he woke up, he saw the dream had come true. Hey, look, it's the ancient ruins. The suspects are Mare Honey, Apple Green, Raspberry, and Tuscany. Honey. Hold on, let me find. It was Mayor Honey with the poisonous spider in the ancient ruins as part of a real estate scam. Curse you, Logico! I could have turned this whole resort into a luxury apartments, and then I could have formed a town, and then I could have run for mayor of that town. So you don't know anything about the ancient ruins? He didn't. So Logico didn't care about Mayor Honey, as the detective club would say. He hold on. Let me go to the detective thing. Hold on. Let me go to the detective code because I'm stupid. I didn't write it down for some reason. What does O translate to? Because I don't see translate to A. I'm translate to F. Oh yeah, all he wanted was revenge. Believe it or not, guys, I think I'm starting to suspect he wants revenge. Never again. Logico's not giving up until he can murder whoever killed Arashino, which it was Cerulean, but whatever. I just got his name. It's Cerulean, like the color. God, I'm stupid. 56. The ruins of a village. Deductive Logico returned to the quaint little village where he had first followed Dame Obsidian. Now half the houses were for sale. The other half were empty. A mysterious figure was running around the town, and nobody knew where the shopkeep was. Then Logico found a murder weapon, and he knew what happened to the shopkeep. Mr. Shadow. A silhouette in the shadow. He moved like the wind, and he looked like the night. Left-handed, green eyes, and an Aquarius. Does that sound vaguely familiar? It should. And then there's Mango, Lavender, and Copper. You know, the people. Anyways. 56. It was Father Mango with a knitting needle in the chapel to scare a bear away. The bear cornered... Oh, real... Watching you realize... Of course, that's my zodiac. Wait a second. Hold on a minute. It was Father Mango with a knitting needle in the chapel to scare a bear away. The bear cornered me in the shopkeep. No, not you. 6'2", green eyes, and an Aquarius. Does that sound vaguely familiar to one of the characters that have been previously seen in the story? Because it better. The bear cornered me in the shopkeep in the chapel. He was hungry and ferocious, and he meant to eat us. So I knew I had to scare that bear. Okay, hold on. Okay, so one of the characters who has died he was 6'2", brown hair, green eyes, left-handed, an Aquarius. Please know what I'm talking about. So I didn't do anything about the ancient. So I screamed and stabbed the. No! Are you 6'2"? A dude? You know, there was this guy who died recently in a story. He was 6'2". He had brown hair, green eyes. Please know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I knew I'd scare that bear off, so I screamed and stabbed the shopkeep right in front of the bear, which terrified the bear and caused him to flee. So you don't know anything about the ancient ruins? Father Mango kept talking about the bear. The Logico didn't care about the bear. Like you'd say in a mirror, he cared about revenge. We're like the same height, Vivi. Anyways, 57, maybe. Sing a hymn of horror. Father Mango claimed sanctuary in his chapel and he closed the doors. Almost immediately, however, a parishioner was murdered, and he opened the doors again and said that Logico should figure out who did it so that he could kick out the other murderer. Alright. My mom's like 4'11". How tall is your mom? Father Mango, Bishop Azur, Deacon Verdigris, and Brother Brownstone. The people who have, people in the story. Anyways. 57. It was Brother Brownstone with yarn in the corridor loft for religious reasons. The parishioner had committed horrible crimes, Brother Brownstone explained, and the order to which he belonged compelled him to take matters into his own hands. But Logico didn't care about religious orders. He cared about revenge. "58. A maze of death and hedges. Deductive Logico walked through the hedge maze at Dame Obsidian's abandoned manor house. Like the ones at the Investigation Institute, these hedges had grown wild, and the paths were no longer straight. It turns out the gardener had been murdered." Makes sense. Viscount Eminence, Evanescence, wake me up. Lord Lavender, Duchess of Vermilion, and Baron Maroon. What are we on? 58? Okay. It was the Baron Maroon with a flower pot in the secret garden to protect a secret. If everybody knew about the secret garden, it would just be a garden. The gardener discovered it, ergo, he must be killed. But now we all know about it. The Baron had to be restrained. But Logico didn't care about being attacked. What did he care about? Guys, what did he care about? Guys, do we know what Logico cared about? Because I think I know. Okay, back to checking on Comic Studio. Okay, 59. A yacht to kill you for this. Funny pun. No, I cared about revenge. Logitech. We all know that Logico uses a Windows 95 and or a Windows Vista. We would not be caught dead using a Logitech. Detective Logico was invited back onto the yacht to have a talk with Chairman Chalk about his book sales. They were selling, but they weren't selling enough. If only, the chairman said, we had some way of getting publicity. Oh, one of my sailors was murdered. You could solve that. Bookie winner, Gainsborough. Dirtman. Chairman Chalk, not Chair Chalk. Editor Ivory and Agent Ink. We just go over to the page. 59. But Logico, as he clearly explained, didn't care about book sales. He cared about revenge. That would be great for sales. If you got bloody revenge on the guy who killed your friend. He was more than a friend, Logico replied. For sales, it's better if he's just a friend. God, I love gay detectives trying to kill the guy that killed I don't know, man. I'm a little excited over this. He was more than a friend. It's better for books. Listen, man, it's better for book sales. God, I wish I make all of my relationships have the relationship dynamic as Myrtle, because if I don't, then what's the point of it? Like, what's the point actually? Hold on. Okay, mixed January. Death on the Commune, a crude crime. We're going with that sequel. Deductive Logico remembered something about the Commune. On the edge of their lands, there were ancient ruins, so he traveled back upstate. And not only were there ancient ruins, but there was a murder too. A longtime cultist had been killed. Guess what? There's more ancient ruins. Comrade Champagne, a communist and a rich one. Comrade Champagne likes nothing more than to travel the world, sharing the message of communism while sipping on the finest sparkling wines. Hey, look, it's mixed tangerine. They're a communalist. I don't know what that means. Assistant Applegreen. Her father is a principal, and the more time she spends on this commune, the less proud he is. All right. Principal Applegreen, a strict principal about everything except getting away with murder. His hands are always covered in chalk. Anyways, it was mixed tangerine with an old sword by the ancient ruins by the order of a cult. This was his first lead, and he followed it. What does the cult have to do with the ruins? What? Said Miss Mixed Tangerine. I was told to kill the old timer to keep him from leaving. The ruins have nothing to do with it. Those are just some rocks we use for killing. Turns out it wasn't a lead. It was a dead end. Logico didn't care for dead ends. He cared about revenge. '61. The Island of Bad Dreams. Deductive Logico never wanted to again lay eyes upon the island where Inspector Irrational had died, but when he closed his eyes, it was all he could see. He had to go back, and when he did, there was another murder for him to solve, and another mysterious figure running around. Mr. Shadow, left-handed, green eyes, in Aquarius. Please tell me you know who this is. Please tell me you remembered that one description I gave you. President Amaranth, like the Pokemon. Anyways, the literal French president, Amaranth loves spending time with his constitutes, especially a certain 1% of them. Captain Slate, you know who Captain Slate is, Midnight the Third. He learned filmmaking from his father and business from his grandfather, but at murder, he's a natural. Can y'all please, do y'all know who Mr. Shadow is? Please tell me. Please tell me you know. Anyways. It was President Amaranth with a broom in the ruined church to rob a grave. Fine, the president replied. An ancient sacred scepter is buried on this island along with my namesake, the great French President Amaranth. I was going to recover the scepter and use it to cement my leadership. Now look what you've done. You've destabilized Europe. But Logico didn't care about the stability of Europe. He cared about revenge. Hey, Mooney. Logico doesn't care about your continent. He cares about revenge. He would rather have Irrational over. He would rather have Hold on, my mom texted me. Anyways, sorry about that. My mom texted me. Is Moody still in here? I know it's like 1 a.m. for them, but is she still in here? Epic. Logico doesn't care about the stability of Europe. He cares about Irrational more. He'd rather a whole continent fall than not have Irrational. Anyways. Murder 62. You can go home again. Deductive Logico thought about giving up, moving back home and becoming an insurance adjuster. And actually, there was a job opening in town. An insurance adjuster had just been killed. Logico thought about whether he wanted the job while he investigated. Former Mayor Honey. Yes, when he was mayor, he murdered somebody, but once he resigned, it all blew over. Officer Copper, ever since he killed that person, her employability as a cop has been mildly reduced. Mr. Ordinary Blue Sky. Totally ordinary American man with thick Russian accent. Pay no mind. Dr. Crimson. She's the smartest doctor she's ever met, according to her, and she's probably right. But as a murderer, even she can't figure out a way to get a job somewhere else. Anyways, It was Mr. Ordinary Blue Sky with an aluminum pipe and a second-hand shop to protect a secret. Hold on, let me... Is it the metal pipe noise? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Here's what that sounded like. Sorry, I forgot to give y'all a noise warning. My bad. Anyways. This is ridiculous, Mr. Ordinary Blue Sky replied. What secret could I have? You are obviously, Logical replied, none other than Cosmonaut Bluesky himself. And he proved his point by ripping off Mr. Ordinary Blue Sky's fake mustache. Everyone gasped. Guys, give me your best, over-dramatic gasp in the chat, please. Just do that. It's like, oh my gosh, Mr. Ordinary Blue Sky was Cosmonaut Bluesky this entire time. I wanted to live as an irregular American, he said. Everyone awed, so that I could crush you from within. They all booed. But Logico didn't care about the awes or the boos, nor did he ultimately care about that insurance adjuster job. He cared about revenge. I don't know, man. I don't know if he cares about revenge or not. 63. The body and the snowdrift. Deductive Logico received a letter in the mail from a monastery. Brother Brownstone wanted to speak to him about something of grave importance. But when Logico got to the monastery, Brother Brownstone had been killed. Gee willikers. Father Mango, Father Mango could have enjoyed being a priest in the church for years. They had just one rule: don't get caught murdering people. Now he was confined to this monastery. Deacon Verdigris, a deacon of the church. He handles the... Okay, her icon just changed. Sister Lapis, a nun who travels the world, spending in Kashmir. Brother Brownstone, Brother Brownstone's brother, who is not a brother of the church, just Brownstones. I can read that perfectly. Anyways, 63. It was Deacon Verdigris with a bottle of sacred oil in the courtyard to avenge their father. The parishioner that Brother Brownstone killed was my father, Deacon cried, and I was bound by blood to defend him. Brother Brownstone's brother Brownstone was listening when she said that, and Logico didn't know if Deacon Verdigris was long for this world. But Logico didn't care about Deacon Verdigris. He cared about revenge. But just then, Brother Brownstone's brother Brownstone gave him a note from his brother Brownstone that read, "The answer to your questions is not found in the future, but the past." Guys, are you impressed that I can read Brother Brownstone's Brother Brownstone's brother Brownstone? I'm so good at this. 64. Deduction College. Oh my god, it's Mr. Shadow again. He's left-handed in Aquarius. The dean of... What? Hold on. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I have a... give me your best... No, if Logico was a cookie... What cookie would he be if he was a canon one? If he was an OC, what would his flavor be? I'm gonna be right back. What did you say, Mom? Around 65% for normal. It's been like 3 hours. They're enjoying it, don't worry. Oh, really? I can't believe that this has like a fandom of 3 people. I know, it's like, yay! Okay, I'm back. Apparently, Mom found someone on TikTok that actually has Myrtle. Thank God. Anyways, if the answers Logico needed were in the past, he was going to have to hit the books. So he went to his old alma mater, the College of Deduction, to do some research. But someone was trying to stop him. Either that or the librarian was killed for unrelated reasons. Dean Glaucus, the dean of some such and such department at Deduction College. What does he do? Well, he handles the money, for one. Mr. Shadow. He's left-handed in Aquarius. There is a reason I am emphasizing this. Chancellor Tuscany. As the head of Deduction College, she has deduced the best way to prevent herself from being killed by a rival. Kill them first. Miss Saffron. Stupid. Anyways, let me just... 64... It was Chancellor Tuscany with a heavy backpack in the bookstore for the greater good. That librarian was awful and should have been fired years ago, Chancellor Tuscany said. I did a good deed, but I should have known better than to kill our smartest graduate was visiting. Flattery will get you nowhere, Logico replied. What about the bribery? It was tempting, but Logico kept his mind on revenge. Give me access to the Old Main archives, and then we can talk. Guys, what do you think he cares about? I'm going to start a poll real quick. If I can, hold on. Can I? Okay. Starting a poll. Okay, I started a poll. Just gonna have that there. Anyways, 65, like old times in Old Main. Chancellor Tuscany led Deductive Logico to the archives in Old Main. Unfortunately, when he got there, he found that the assistant librarian had been killed too. Maybe this one was about him. Either way, he had to investigate before he could research. Okay, we have Glaucus, Bone, Ivory, and Cloud. You know, the guys. Anyways, going to 65's answer. It was Dean Glaucus with an old computer in the Chancellor's office as a scientific experiment. My thesis was simple. A library could function without a chief librarian, but not without an assistant, too. Now you have ruined my experiment by removing the double blind. But what's the purpose of that experiment? Logico asked. Science needs no purpose but knowledge, bellowed the dean. Well, Logico didn't care about science. Guys, he didn't care about science. Where are we? Okay, there we go. Oh, the dude's back. It's something in French. It says revolution in there. Vive la revolution. Pardon my crappy French. When Logico studied the archives, he found that in one of the many, many French revolutions, the ancient ruins seemed to play a minor part in an otherwise major event. A single murder in a revolution is like a single spark in a fire. This time, a minor royal had been killed. Yes. Suspects of President Amaranth, the legendary President Amaranth, with whom the current president shares a name. He loves spending time with constituents, especially a certain class of them. I can read. I swear I can read. I promise. Admiral Marine. Admiral Marine is the son of an Admiral Marine who is himself the son of an Admiral Marine. Oh, this is Admiral Marine. My bad. Viscount Eminence. This can't be possible, but the history books seem to suggest that this is not an ancestor of Viscount Eminence, but the same man. Bro is so old. Bro, no, he's gonna get pulled over. It's like, oh, I'm a veteran. I have eye damage. He's like, how many wars have you been in? Yes. Anyways, Comrade Champagne. Not the present-day Comrade Champagne, mind you, or even an ancestor. Just another comrade who also likes his bubbly. Anyways. 66. It was President Amaranth with a sacred scepter in the scene to become a king. The histories were clear. President Amaranth ascended to power with the scepter, and no one ever suspected he had used it as a murder weapon, having killed a rival in the waters of the scene. This was the way the world was, Logico knew. The bad guys got away with it, but Logico didn't care about ancient history. He cared about future revenge. Oh, cool, Vivi. Who was CS Tutorials? Are they new? Like, hi. Okay, I'm back. Does anyone know who CS Tutorials is? So anyway, I assume it's like maybe a Queen's account. I'm not sure. Let me go to 67. 67. King Arthur and the murder of a jester. Who murders a jester? Deductive Logico delved more deeply into the past, into early history, where he found the pieces of a lesser legend of King Arthur. A decades-long war was reportedly started because of the murder of a court jester, but Logico thought there was something funny going on. Do you get it? Do you get the joke? It's because it's a jester, and jesters are typically funny.
I don't think it's accented more. That's the problem. I think it's like the
Oh, I just wondered who Cream was, by the way. Lord Lavender, a steadfast ultra royalist in the court, as well as the bardic composer behind Ghost of the Castle Starlight Carriage. Well, Lady Violet, the discoverer of the Violet Isles, which are named after her. The Duke of Vermilion, the current Duke of Vermilion's great time 73 grandfather. Did they live for like 2 years and then die? Cerulean, the old knight that the fake Cerulean probably stole his name from. Cool. 67. It was the Duke of Vermilion with the Excalibur in Camelot on a dare. Guys, I triple dog dare you to go to be a royal real quick and then kill some random dude. I kill the court jester. I triple dog dare you. Anyways. Hold on. Okay, that's right. Based on deductive Logico's research, the whole war began when the Duke of Vermilion stole Excalibur on a dare. Once he had it, he started swinging it around just as a jester. Oh my bad. I was doing cartwheels, and well, long story short, it caused decades of bloodshed. Examining Exhibit C, Logico rearranged the letters and found that it spelled "I rule anon," meaning that someone would rule soon. This is a reference to President Amaranth or to King Arthur, or to someone else who planned to rule somehow with the ancient ruins. Ultimately, though, Logico didn't care who ruled. He cared about revenge. I'm starting to suspect. Bear with me on this, guys. Guys, Benji X Scarlet song idea. Logico X Revenge. Logico X Revenge. Or Irrational X coffin or something. I don't know. My mom keeps sending me TikToks. Anyway, Houston, we have a body. Rearranging the letters in the labyrinth engraved on the ancient ruins, see Exhibit C, Logico found they spelled Lunar 1 I. He hacked into a government database. He could just do that now on his Windows Vista. About the recently built lunar base, and he learned two unbelievable things. They had discovered ancient ruins on the moon, and they had also been covering up a moon murder. A moonder. Oh, my mom's texting me. Hold on. In the middle of his dream, Mom. Anyways, ancient ruins on the moon. Okay, suspects. Coach Raspberry, don't ask why he's in space. Captain Slate, you already know. Cosmonaut, you already know. General Coffee, you already know. Oh wait, an espresso connoisseur who could not have become the war criminal he is today if not for coffee. Is Moody still in here? I feel like I haven't heard from him in a while. What is this again? So what do you think of Logico X Revenge? Isn't that such a... It's a legal ship, I think. Okay, 68. It was Captain Slate with an air tank and the lunar lander out of space madness. Of course, the government had hushed up the whole thing. They couldn't have people thinking that anybody who visited the moon might come down with space madness. But the question Logico had was, what else were they covering up? Logico didn't care about space madness, as you know. He cared about, wait a second. Logico quickly rearranged the letters on the ruins one more time, spelled the name of a person who must be deeply connected to the mystery of the ancient ruins, perhaps even the one behind it all. Everyone do your best dramatic gasp, like dramatic, like iMovie sound effect gasp. I wish I had like a soundboard. That would be so nice. Stop flipping like 7 pages. Anyways, 69, the magical mystery murderer. Deductive Logico realized Aurelian was an anagram of the letters on the ancient ruins, and that couldn't be a coincidence. So he bought tickets to the magic palace to confront her. When he got there, the booker had been killed. Was it Aurelian? Or were there 2 murderers at the palace that night? Guys, it's Mr. Shadow. Guys, he's left-handed in Aquarius. Guys, I swear to God, before I get to the big reveal, you better know that freaking name. And you better know who it is. Hi, Alchemist Raven. He's high. Amazing Aurelian. She got out of jail a while ago because she was a master of escape. Super fan Smokey. He knows the shooting locations of every midnight mystery. Not how to be friends. Oh, okay. Thank you, Vivi. There's no ancient ruins, believe it or not. Anyways, 69. Haha, funny number. Haha, funny. Ha. It was High Alchemist Raven with a saw in the parking lot because a ghost made them. None of the magicians believed in the spooky kind of magic, so they all thought that was a bad reason to murder. Unlike protecting the secrets of card tricks. But High Alchemist Raven confessed, "You have uncovered my greatest alchemical secret, murder," and was carted away. And then Logico turned to the amazing Aurelian and showed her the evidence, and he confronted her about her obviously fake name. "You maroon," Aurelian replied. "It isn't anagram to Aurelian. There's an extra N on the labyrinth room. If anything, that stands for not Aurelian. You should learn how to spell." Logico didn't care about spelling. That was pretty embarrassing. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. I have a very healthy liking for this book. You act like I have an unhealthy obsession with this book. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I gotta find where I am. Yeah, 69. Everything. Well, 70 now. Give me a second. I lost my place. 70. Death in an even darker alley. Lovely. Stumbling out of the magic palace, having found no leads in his quest for understanding, and, don't forget, revenge, Deductive Logico found himself in an even darker alley than the previous one. And there on the ground was, are you even surprised, another dead body. Babyface Blue. This is absolutely one fully grown man and not 2 kids in a trench coat. They can do adult things like see R-rated movies, buy beer, and stay way way past bedtime. 7'8". Blackstone-esque. Incredibly talented at the most important skill, getting paid. Mr. Shadow. He's left-handed and he has dark brown hair. So we now know that he's left-handed, he has green eyes, he has dark brown hair, and he's an Aquarius. Does this sound familiar to a description that I gave you earlier? Please. The dragon riding a motorcycle mural has been painted over by an ominous image of the moon. Oh. Then you eat stuff on your pizza. I just eat plain cheese because I will actually have a meltdown if I feel any of. Yes, but logic. Logic and irrationality. Logico and Swear to God. Anyways, 70. It was Mr. Shadow with a shovel in the dumpster to silence a witness. Mr. Shadow laughed, and although it was modified by some kind of voice-altering technology, the laugh still sounded familiar to Logico. "Who are you?" Logico asked. "I'm the person who is going to tell you where to find the secret of the ancient ruins in the desert community of New Ages. And then, before Logico could ask any follow-ups, Mr. Shadow vanished. Not like magically, he just ran away really quickly. Instead of following him, Logico followed his lead. Guys, am I the kind of person to vanish magically or just run off really quickly? It's a very important question. Anyways, there we go. New 7, new age, new murder. Yeah, I think I am the type of person to run off very quickly and just like skitter away. New Ages was a relaxed hippie town with wide roads, funky shops, and a robust tourist enlightenment industry. Irrational would have loved this place, so Logico loved it a little too, even though he wasn't sure about the claims of scientifically proven spiritual transcendence guaranteed. For example, how did that square with the deputy mayor being murdered? Vivi, you're the kind of person to like magically vanish, just like lower the opacity. You just disappear like White Lily does in World 2, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, suspects. Uncle Midnight, when his dad died, he bought a desert mansion with a pool and retired. He was 17. Bookie Winter Gainsborough, Dirtman, Honey, it's actually a third identical mare, Honey. Totally not a multiple murderer. Oh, my friends also think I can teleport. The Crystal Goddess. Her followers regard her as a divine being, which is why they give her money. Lovely. The book's getting kind of thin in the solutions, I think. We're like 70% through. There's a few more. It's okay. It was Mayor Honey with a dowsing rod in a UFO crash site to protect a secret. What? Mayor Honey declared. What secret could I possibly have? Logico replied, you're obviously the same Mayor Honey from my hometown, and you clearly got the idea of claiming to be a different person from Cosmonaut Bluesky. What? I've never heard of either of those people. But Logico didn't have time to argue. He gave the other townspeople his notes and his deduction grid and let them take care of it, while he moved on. He didn't care about Mayor Honey, you see. Guys, what do you think? Guys, I forgot what he cared about. Prism or prison? Deductive Logico stepped into the crystal shop, and his first thought was that he should get a present for Inspector Irrational. His second thought was sadness, because he wouldn't be able to do that ever again. His third thought was that the crystal salesman was dead. Supreme Master Cobalt. He has a long white beard, and he wears long white robes. Bro would be absolutely terrifying to run into in person. Numerologist Knight. Black Stone. And Dr. C. Shell DDS. He's an amateur physicist with a new theory of the universe, and also he's a working dentist. 72, where are you? 72. It was Blackstone-esque with a crystal ball in the outdoor meditation space for money. Blackstone-esque had a secret plan to sell the crystal shop to a corporate hedge fund that was going to establish it as a global franchise. Blackstone didn't believe in crystals, but he did believe in money, and he ran away with him before Logico stopped him. But Logico did not care about stopping him. I'm gonna end the poll. I think everyone unanimously agrees that he wanted revenge. Okay. My pages would stop sticking together. Okay. 73. Kitschy killing. Logico went to a nice little diner decorated with mementos of the town, like its hot springs and its ancient ruins and its UFO crash. Like, God, there's always ancient ruins. I swear it's relevant later. Kitschy, Kitschy. I think it just means like a small little restaurant. Anyways, it's probably because my audio's. I'm gonna move my computer closer to me. Okay, there we go. I'm also not good at speaking. I speak loud, but I mumble. Anyways, Coach Raspberry's back. General Coffee is also back. An espresso connoisseur who has been missing his favorite coffee cup for a long time If he finds the person who took it, he'll kill them. If we refer back to his detective stuff, cup of coffee, the perfect fuel for solving armchair mysteries. The cup once belonged to General Coffee himself. General Coffee's gonna find out Logico took like his cup, and then he's going to actually murder him. And then there's gonna be a spin-off of Myrtle called General Coffee War Crimes. And it's not even a puzzle book, you just read about all the crimes that General Coffee committed. Anyway, Chef Aubergine's back. I bet she did some. Also Earl Grey's back. Yippee. And go to are we on 73? Sweet. We're getting big. We're getting closer to the plot is so thick right now that like if it was air it would be water. I don't know. I'm tired. He's the kind of person who would get like a thermos, but make it like he'd get like one of those like grenade looking cups, and then he's gonna lose it. And he's like, all right, guys, who took my extendable grenade bottle? Give it back, and you will still get hurt. 73. It was Chef Aubergine with a spoon in the kitchen to prove a point. Are we surprised it's Chef Aubergine? The sandwich chef had been arguing with Chef Aubergine about the proper way to prepare a toxic blowfish. He thought he knew better, you see, but Chef Aubergine showed him by killing him with a spoon. And I'll do it again, she shouted. Nobody questions my expertise. Logico did not try to stop her when she ran away. He could feel there was something strange about this town. He was getting closer to what he cared about. Gasp! Guys, give me your... Okay, last time I'll ask this. Give me, like, your best, like, gasp and, like, spam, the flustered emoji over here. Anyways. 74. UFO, what'd you do now? Detective Logico traveled to the locally famous UFO crash site. Some tourists believed it was a real crash of a UFO. Other tourists thought it had been fake. And one tourist didn't agree with either of those positions because he was dead. God, Logico can't go anywhere. The Secretary Celadon, war criminal. Sociologist Umber. Yippee. Herbalist Onyx, she's like 5 feet tall. Who was texting me? Anyways. Oh yeah, I'm going mini golfing tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Also, the dentist is here, Dr. Seashell. Okay, guys, who took my okay. There's no ancient ruins, believe it or not. Let me go to 74. Okay, 74. It was Dr. Seashell DDS with a selenite wand in the government van as a scientific experiment. Dr. Seashell DDS explained, my theories show that aliens can be contacted by these selenite wands, but only if the wands are properly charged. And how are they charged? By murder! Or at least that could be the case. Now we wait. That's why it's an experiment. For the second part of the experiment, Dr. Seashell DDS flew into the mouth of a cave. Logico followed him. He was going to have his revenge. There's going to be the big reveal soon, I swear. It's literally this mystery. Revenge in the cave. Deductive Logico crept through the tunnels of the mysterious cave. Suddenly he heard a scream, so he stopped creeping and started running. He didn't find a body. He found something else, some kind of underground workshop, and the secret hideout of the last 3 murderers. What was this place, and who was Mr. Shadow really? Guys, he's 6'2", left-handed, green eyes, dark brown hair, and an Aquarius. There is one dude who has died, who has those exact same features, and is said to sound eerily familiar to the person who died earlier, that Logico's been trying to get revenge for. Mooney, you're still here, right? Please tell me. It's okay if you don't get the name right, but, please tell me you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, Mare Honey, Blackstone, and Seashell. Anyways. I'll wait for like if y'all are typing your response because I know the sound is delayed a little bit, so you might. Okay. I think it's safe for me to go on, right? So, anyways, 75. It was Mr. Shadow with a giant magnet and a dead end to promote the occult. The mysterious Mr. Shadow was waving his giant magnet around, so he knocked it out of his hand and held a flashlight to his face. He was stunned by what he saw. It was Inspector Irrational. Heartbreak, betrayal, and confusion swirled together in Logico's usually orderly mind. The hysteric detective stared at Logico, and then he said, "Would you believe it's not what it looks like? Looks like you faked your death and have been building fake ruins and placing them everywhere as some kind of publicity stunt. Is this what you spent the $1 million on? No, Logical, please. I found these here. I would never fake the occult." Logical grew cold. "Did you fake your death on the island?" Irrational tensed up and then let his head fall. "It was the only way." Logical slugged him and knocked him out cold. Revenge didn't taste quite as sweet as he hoped. "I'm sorry. I know this is supposed to be really serious, and I was really sad the first time I read it, but now I can only imagine, like, Irrational in, like, the Peter Griffin death pose." I'm sorry, that's, like... I can only imagine, like, Irrational after Logico, like, probably broke, like, his nose or something. And, like... and you know, the Peter Griffin pose. Okay, impossible. Deductive Logico retired from detective work. Revenge had driven him through the last 25 mysteries, but when he had solved them all, he learned that the person he wanted revenge for and the person he wanted revenge on were the exact same person. And so he gave up detective work and began to focus on purely logical problems, like how many sides a triangle could have before it became a square. 3. But then one day, he received a call from a former suspect, Midnight the Third, the heir to Midnight Movies, the oldest independent studio in Hollywood. Their facilities can be seen in the map to the left. Presented Exhibit D. There's a map on my thing. "Would you be interested in making Myrtle the movie?" he asked. Logico was unsure. Not only was he retired from mysteries, he had never loved mystery movies anyway, because they never stopped to give you time to think. "Never mind if it's a good idea," Midnight the Third said. "Let me tell you what it pays." Logico listened, heard, and immediately agreed. But when he went to Hollywood, he found out that it was more isolating than an island, more confusing than a hedge maze, and more surprising than a Dame Obsidian novel. He found himself confronted with mysteries that seemed almost impossible. "Can you use everything you've learned until now?" Okay, blah, 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 yap. I need to show you the hints for some of these. I need to read the hints because, like, anyways, let me read the one for this one at least. Because this is where I get my funny the saying I say a lot. Deductive Logico placed an awkward phone call. "Is it okay for you to call me while I'm under house arrest?" says Logico. Nevertheless, my tea leaves say that Steele was in the Great Park, which is why I say I heart house arrest every couple minutes. Not minutes, but like a couple times a day. I will just say I heart house arrest. You know, like a dork. Anyways, I think we're making good time. Y'all are awake, right? I didn't bore y'all to death. Also, I heart house arrest. Anyways, 76. Hooray for Hollywood. When Logico arrived in Hollywood, he struggled to get his bearings, and once he had his bearings, he struggled to solve a murder. A Hollywood historian had been made history. Executive producer Steele, the richest, smartest, and meanest producer in Hollywood. For now. Hack Blackston. He's one of the best paid writers in Hollywood and one of the worst. Superfan Smokey, we know Superfan Smokey. Background Marengo. You'll never remember her, which is why she's a good extra and a great murderer. $76. It was Hack Blackston with an award in the Magic Palace to help sell a script. Deductive Logico didn't understand why Hack needed to murder to sell a script. Didn't he have a great career? Hack laughed. "I had a great career yesterday. Nobody has a great career tomorrow, especially when they're murderers." Guys, what do you think of Irrational slugging? Oh no, what do you think of Logico slugging Irrational in the face to the point he's? Hold on, I gotta draw that. Let me just gotta click here real quick. screen. Oh, don't mind the random. I can imagine Ration is like on the ground. I don't know how to draw his hair. It's like Dan from Game Grumps and or Weird Al. I don't know. Just pretend it's like, and then Bro really said, I can't draw. Crap. We're not gonna do that. Y'all are still here, right? Okay, y'all are still here. Anyways, 77. 77. Logico goes to a Hollywood party. Logico's first meeting was not in a production house in Hollywood, but at a producer's house in the Hollywood Hills. The producer was not a good host, but it wasn't his fault. He was dead. I'm going to start reading the hints because they're sometimes funny. Or just go to the hints real quick. 77's hint. Logico dialed Arachno's house, and Arachno answered on the first ring. Steele had the piano wire. Whoa. Yeah, there's Midnight the Third, Agent Argyle. Unlike Agent Ink, Argyle does not have a heart of gold, or heart at all. And there's Steele and Uncle Midnight, you know, the people. Let me go to the... Sorry, give me a second. Gotta hunt it down. Okay, it was executive producer Steele, Piano Wire in the Great Hall to close a business deal. Oh, you caught me, she said. But do you have any idea how many people are going to lose their jobs because you interfered with this deal? Thousands. So who's the bad guy now? Logico thought that the lady who murdered someone was worse than the person who figured it out. But perhaps he was biased. 78. Plenty of kills in the sea. Logico's next meeting took place at a beachfront sushi restaurant built atop a pier. Something smelled fishy, and in addition to that, something was suspicious.
Bro, dinner's ready.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go get dinner, and I'm gonna be right back to keep talking. I'll be right back. Don't leave. Pretty please. I'm back. I have scrambled eggs. Y'all are... Please chat if you're still here. I'll just move all my stuff so I can put my plate on the table. Y'all are still here, right? Please. Is Mooney asleep? Mooney? Okay, sweet. Sorry I had to go silent for a second. I was getting dinner. Anyway, let me read the hint for this one. Hint number 78. I've been looking at the stars above us, Logico, and they tell me that the chess player was near a classic car. Maybe, Logico thought, I shouldn't keep calling, but it was hard to resist. Ah! You're not denying the gay allegations. You're not denying the guy. It's like, he's not beating the gay allegations, guys. $78. It was Boss Charcoal with a red herring in the corner booth to prove his stuff. I totally forgot to read the suspect, my bad. As a mob boss, you have to prove you're tough every now and then, or else somebody gets in your face about it. Still, Lashko thought maybe he could show push-ups by taking boxing lessons rather than murdering a poor chef. Although he had to concede that this particular poor chef had actually been rather rich. I'll take a bite of egg real quick. My mom makes good scrambled eggs. She uses like the bacon grease and then it adds like extra flavor. Ah! I can stop dropping my eggs, that'd be nice. Anyways, continuing on. Oh my god, don't get my book greasy. I really like this book. Okay, 79. We're about 80% through this book. Don't worry, it'll only be like another 30 minutes or something. Murder at the movies. Deductive Logico hadn't heard from the producer. There's a murdle the movie in a couple of days, so he went to watch a mystery at a movie theater near his hotel. When he couldn't find his seat, he went to find the usher, and when he couldn't find the usher, he found that he was dead. God, he can't go anywhere. He can't catch a break. Anyways, the suspects are Pearl American Guild of Editors, Hack Blackston, Superfan Smokey, and Director Dusty. Anyways, should I do another stream on Monday of me reading as far as I've gotten in Myrtle 2, because I haven't finished it yet. Anyways, it was Director Dusty with an award in the projection booth to steal an idea. We were watching the movie, Dusty explained, and he told me about his idea for a mystery film. And it was so good, I had to have it, so I killed him, yeah. But now I have his idea, and if they don't let me make the movie, then I won't share it with everyone, and only I will enjoy it. So clearly, Director Dusty would not consider himself a populist. I totally forgot to read the hint, my bad. Logico, it's good to hear from you. I think if you look, you'll find a chip of actual bonus discovered in the lobby. Or at least I did when I was remote viewing from house arrest. I heart house arrest. Man, I am not pleasant to be around. I am dorky as hell. 80. The cost of rent is the real killer. Once it was clear Logico would be in Tinseltown for a while, he got himself a room in a nice Hollywood apartment building. He quickly learned that he had only gotten a good deal because the former tenant had been murdered. Okay, so we have Uncle Midnight, Boss Charcoal, Dr. Crimson, and executive producer Steele. Let me read the hint, if I can find the hint. God help me. Anyways. I'm 80, right? 79. Logico, oh no. 80. Arash should now return Logico's voicemail in seconds. According to the numbers I've been running, the person who wanted to join a cult was in the boiler room. Ooh. Bro's absolutely desperate. Bro's hanging out by the phone, please pick up the phone for me. I'm gonna take a bite of my egg. You know, I got Dad this book for Father's Day, and I don't even think he started it. I need to convince Dad to do that Labor Day. I need to convince him to do a Myrtle. or else I will spoil the entirety of Myrtle to him. Guys, in chat, if Dad doesn't do a Myrtle on Labor Day, um should I should I send him to both these live explaining all of Myrtle? I think that would be funny. Anyways, we're almost done, I swear. We'll try to be out of here by the 2-hour mark. Okay, where are we? That's 98. We are not there. 81. We're at 81. The murder mystery con. Logico. The crowd chanted, but the actor playing Deductive Logico wouldn't come out. Finally, the real Logico came out and announced that the actor had been murdered. The crowd went wild. Imagine going to like a con about you, right? And then like who like acts you in like whatever media dies, and then you walk on stage yourself as like, oh yeah, they were killed, and then the crowd starts like cheering. You're like, oh my god, yeah, wow, like absolutely losing it. Anyways, Silverton the Legend, President Midnight, the CEO of Midnight Movies. He cares about art and business, but definitely not in that order. Director Dusty's back, and also Judge Pine, former master of the courtroom and possessed a firm belief in justice, as decided by her and her alone. Rose not a judge anymore. Okay. I'm gonna read the hint because hints are funny sometimes. What would you do if you faked your death so you didn't actually die, and then you got slugged really hard by your love interest, and then you got on house arrest? What would you do in that situation? Logico got a text from Horatio under house arrest. I love house arrest. I just scryed into a candle flame, and President Midnight was eating some food with a funny name. Well, it wasn't that funny, but it was trying to be. Food in question was called a blueberry muffin. Anyways, it was Silverton the Legend with a crowbar in the parking lot to steal apart. Look, Logico, Silverton said. You're the role of a lifetime. I could give you gravitas. I could make you famous, and I could make myself an A-list star again instead of just a legend. And all I had to do was whack a guy with a crowbar. You understand, right? Logico did, but if Silverton was right to play the part, he'd understand that Logico had to deduce his guilt too. However, nobody else seemed to care, so long as Silverton's movies were good. The studio hired him and started buying up land for shooting locations. I heart Hollywood. That was special night over house arrest. Let me finish my egg and take it downstairs, and then I'll continue. Gotta make this fast because my mom's like forcing me to watch a Barbie movie. I haven't seen it, but I don't really want to watch it. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, the only thing I could do at camp that entire week was do Myrtle. I became known as the Myrtle Lady in one of my classes. I'm back. God, I hate living upstairs. Anyways, continuing on. I am not boring y'all to death, right? Y'all would tell me, right? What is it? Whoever's available to chat right now, please tell me that I'm not boring y'all to death. Okay, 82, Murder in the Park. To decompress after the murder at Mystery Con, Deductive Logico decided to have a fun day at the Great Park. But it was hard to enjoy the beautiful hills, panoramic views, and grand historic significance when he had the murder to solve. The tourist had been killed. This poor man, his mental health was probably like ass. Let the man have a break. I'm begging you. Anyways, Mixed Tangerine, Pearl AGE, the editor of some of the best and highest grossing movies ever made, though never both at once. Lord Lavender and Chancellor Tuscany. Anyways, let me read the hint and see if it's funny. Please be funny, hint. During an awkward video call, Inspector Rashno consulted a tarot reading he had performed and then pronounced his declaration. Oh, hi, Mannequin Mark. Or should I just call you, like, Mark? During an awkward video call, Inspector Rashno consulted a tarot reading. I'm doing good. I'm reading a book I like, Myrtle. We're near the end, though. During an awkward video call, Inspector Rashno consulted a tarot reading he had performed and then pronounced his declaration. Chancellor Tuscany was seen with a log. All right. That's one of the weapons. I actually did know that Mannequin Mark was from Regretivator. I do see a lot of Regretivator on my feed, even though I've never actually played it. I should probably play it. Okay, 82. It was Chancellor Tuscany with a log in the old zoo to escape blackmail. Logico, you monster. You were my prize student, and now you've exposed 2 of my murders? That's outrageous. I wish you were still in college so I could expel you. Logico wasn't happy either. Your alma mater's chancellor, being a double murderer, really devalued your degree. I mean, I would agree. Imagine going to college for like forensic science, and then like your teacher turns out to be like a serial killer. I would. You either have the best forensic science or the worst. Really depends on how many they've been caught for. It's 83. Parking is murdered. Finally, Deductive Logico was invited to Midnight Movie Studios, where he could tour the lot and witness the filming of his movie. But first, he had to solve a problem more horrifying than any he had previously faced. Parking. Also, a valet had been murdered. Okay, suspects are Lord Lavender, Senor Emerald, Officer Copper, and Pearl, AGE. Okay. The hint for this one, Rashno sent another text. This isn't esoteric knowledge, Logico. I just saw on a studio webcam that Lord Lavender is hanging around next to Fenton. Hope you're doing well out there. Yeah, they should. I'm so upset they don't get together in this book. I'm so mad. Anyways, what are we on? 83. 83. It was Senor Emerald with a golf cart in parking lot A because he was in a hurry. Sure, Senor Emerald explained. I ran over somebody with a golf cart, but in my defense, I was in a hurry. I was late to a meeting, and circumstances like that must be considered. Logico didn't think these two were comparable, but he remembered that Irrational said no 2 things were ever comparable. But he still couldn't forgive him for what he'd done. For anyone new, like, who just got here, he faked his death but to be fair, he would like actually die if he didn't. So 84, the Tour of Death. This poor man cannot get a break. Once Logico had found parking, he realized he was hours early, so he decided to take the studio tour to kill time. Unfortunately, time wasn't all that was killed. The tour guide had been murdered, and Logico was on the case. Suspects, superfan Smokey. He knows the shooting locations of every midnight movie. Yeah, he's friendly. He's 5'10". And Sister Lapis, Officer Copper, and Coach Raspberry are also here. Okay. What is the hint for this one? Please be funny. Please be goofy and funny. Please mention house arrest. After talking about the weather, Irrational talked about the case. Sister Lapis and Coach Raspberry must both be telling the truth, while Superfan Smokey is lying too. See, now you've got me using logic. Solutions. We go to 84. I mean, the hints are only funny when he's on house arrest because sometimes he mentions house arrest, and house arrest is funny to me at least. So 84. It was Superfan Smokey with a fire extinguisher in the city backlot to break into the industry. Superfan Smokey seemed more excited to be caught than anything. He kept saying, "This is just like a midnight mystery," and asked if there was a chance that he could be in the Myrtle movie. No, this is you know what fans are crazy like that? Like any anime fans. Like not like the normal ones, but like I'm pretty sure there was actually someone who like killed someone over something like that. Anyways. 85. Quiet on set. Too quiet. Filming on Myrtle the movie had begun, and though the studio was buying up land to use as shooting locations, they were actually filming all the movie on sound stages on the lot. Unfortunately, they had to stop production when the effects supervisor was killed. Can you please just get a break? And suspects, Boss Charcoal, a mob boss from the good old days where being a mob boss from good old days meant something. President Midnight, CEO of Midnight Movies. A-list. Hi, Cotton Cookie. We're reading this book. It's called, it's Myrtle, and basically it's a murder mystery book. A-list Abalone. The most talented and in-demand actress of all time this month. It's like Abalone, and then I think of Abalone Cookie. Abalone Cookie is an A-list actor, guys. Hold on, let me screen share real quick. Cookie Run Comic Studio real quick. Like pull out where is I gotta scroll. Oh, never mind. You go there. There we go. So, anyways. Oh yeah. Usually the hints are funny. If I could. 85. Detective Lodgko got a Marrow card in the mail, and by now he knew the Marrow well enough to know it meant that Boss Charcoal wanted to steal a part, and that Irrational was thinking of him. Oh, this is sweet. 85. It was A-list Abalone with the sandbag and Soundstage D to get out of a bad movie. Why did my agent sign me up for a movie based on a puzzle book? I'm not even the killer. And since all my scenes are on green screen, I thought that if I killed the effects supervisor, I could get out of it. Logico was shocked that someone would kill to get out of a contract, because the contract he signed clearly said that he would not be exempted if he murdered someone. Yeah. That's something like Abalone Cookie would do too. To like a gem mermaid or something. Or like I feel like he would drop a giant sandbag or like a harp or like a big fishing net on Lord Oyster. Anyways, 86, Murder on Soundstage B. Logico was stunned when he stepped onto the set of his own office and found everything recreated perfectly, including the method actors who seemed to get so into playing their characters that one of them murdered the actor playing the landlord. Okay. Suspects. Cosmonaut Bluesky. Not actually Cosmonaut Bluesky, but a method actor who insists on you addressing him as such. General Coffee. Again, this is an actor playing a part, but he demands you call him General or he'll quit. Amazing Orland. She has been added to a bunch of the scenes from the movie as sort of Logico's sidekick. Dr. Crimson. Yeah, she's an actor playing a doctor, but she's also an actual doctor who quit to go to acting. Cool. Is there any cool hints on here? Okay. 86. Logico called Irrational again, and Irrational told him he had a dream where he would call, and that of the dream, Irrational told him that General Coffee wanted to see if he could. Did Logico understand what that meant? Logico did. 86. It was Dr. Crimson with a booby-trapped fedora in the balcony out of jealousy. Jealousy, not jealousy. I'm tired. I don't know if you can tell. It's only like 7 p.m. Dr. Crimson, the Dr. Crimson quotation mark, admitted she was caught, but she wouldn't admit that she was not Dr. Crimson. Even as the studio guards hauled her away, she shouted, "They tried to make a fool out of me, so I made them pay." That's a reference to early in the book. You guys should, if you want. I don't know if it's like available in some countries, but like this book is really not. This is a cool puzzle book. 87. The Water Tower Barn Kill. Deductive Logico had worked up an appetite, so he went to grab a bite at the Water Tower Bar and Grill. The food was bad, but there was a murder while he was there, so at least he had something to occupy his time. You see, a bartender had been killed. Background Marengo, Midnight the Third, obsessed with scouting locations for Myrtle the movie. He thinks that is how he'll put Midnight movies back on top. P.S. It's for oil. Director Dusty, a true filmmaker. The only thing he cares about is getting his movie made, no matter what. Agent Argyle. Unlike Agent Inc., Argyle does not have a heart of gold or a heart at all. The hint for this one is Inspector Rashno consulted a sign he had seen in the stars and then DM'd his declaration to Dr. Logico. Background Marengo was next to a watered-down cocktail. Is it even like alcoholic at that point? The drinks are watered down, authentic water tower water. My favorite. That probably tastes like copper and like nickels. Okay. We're at 87. It was background Marengo with a fake rose in the bar to break into the industry. Deductive Logico wondered aloud why she couldn't just work hard and develop herself as an actress in order to break into the industry. And all of the diners, as well as the entire staff, laughed uproariously for the next half hour. "I'll never be in the background again," background Marengo called from behind some people. Okay. "88. The real murder at the fake estate." Hold on. When Logico stepped onto the set of Arachno's childhood home, he felt an overwhelming wave of sadness and grief. Losing Arachno to death had been hard, but losing him to betrayal was worse. And the feelings got even more complex when the actor playing Arachno was killed. Suspects are the Duke of Vermilion. Honestly, Silverton the Legend would have been better suited physically to play the Duke, Dame Obsidian. An actress playing Dame Obsidian who looks unbelievably identical to Dame Obsidian. Guys, I think it's Dame Obsidian. Brother Brownstone. They cut most of the Brother Brownstone arc from the film, so now he's just a wise monk mentor. No, that's my favorite arc. How could they cut the Brother Brownstone arc from the film? Astrologer Azur. Astrologer Azur was a sort of composite character for all the Investigation Institute people. Makes sense? Okay, the hint for this one. 88. Inspector Rashno loved hearing the latest updates from the field. The guy playing me died? Was he handsome? Did you also know that Dame Obsidian was on the balcony? The guy playing me died. Was he pretty? 88. It was Dame Obsidian with a dowsing rod on the balcony to test out a plot. This logical thought was simply taking method acting too far. But looking around the stage, he was struck by the thought that just because something is fake doesn't mean it wasn't real. "You're the real Dame Obsidian, aren't you?" he asked. "Of course, Logico. I thought you'd figured that out already. Have you figured out the significance of this yet?" She pointed to the logo on the Midnight Prop Shop, the letters MPS in a circle. Logico stared at them. They reminded him of something, but he couldn't quite place it. While he was thinking, the dame vanished again. Oh, by the way, in the hints, there was like it was like SDW on like stuff. So yeah. Hold on. Okay, next one. We're almost done. I swear we'll be done by like 7:15. But streaming for like close to 2 hours, including the last one, 4 hours. 89. The post-production process. Logico was shocked to find that after they had filmed the entire movie, the work was just beginning. They still had to edit, score, sound mix, color correct, and solve the murder of the assistant editor. Suspects. A-list Avalone again. When you're on the A-list, committing an occasional murder won't keep you from finishing a film. Lord Lavender, a politically conservative MP in the House of Lords, as well as a musical theater composer who clearly has a lot of hits, although nothing compares to Dogs. Director Dusty, a true filmmaker. He wants to make a masterpiece. To do that, he might have to make a murder. Pearl AGE. the editor of some of the best and highest grossing movies ever made, though never both at once. Don't mind that. Hint for this one is Logico's hands shook as he dialed Irrational, but he reached his voicemail. I'm sorry, I'm currently away from the phone right now, but if this is deductive Logico, then the Marrow says that a film strip was in the water tower. Why are your hands shaking? Are you alright? Anyways, 89. It was Lord Lavender with a golf cart in the scoring stage to get out of a bad movie. While Lord Lavender protested his innocence, he lost his confidence in deductive Logico, explained the case against him, and he confessed. You can't jail a lord, it's against the law, he exclaimed. "90. Death at the Agency. A Little Rock by all the murders of... My bad, my desk just shifted. That was weird. There are so many water bottles on my floor. I need to clean those up. Anyways. Death at the Agency. A little rocked by all the murders at the studio, Deductive Logico went to a talent agency in the building known as the Black Tower to see if he could get out of his contract. There he discovered a client had been killed, which nobody else seemed to buy because he hadn't made a profitable picture in years. Okay, so there's Agent Argyle, Secretary Celadon, President Midnight, and Hack Blackston as our suspects. So, the hint for this one. Irrational left Logico a voicemail that said cryptically, the tallest suspect was next to a bunch of letters. I know this because I had a vision of them while looking down on the letters. I've had visions of you too, Logico, ... Oh, thanks for the fact, Mark. Okay, solution to 90. It was President Midnight with a steel knife in the balcony to silence a witness. He pointed out that Deductive Logico had signed an NDA and could not share this, and also that the person he had killed had signed his literal life rights away, so it wasn't technically a crime either. Logico decided that one thing was clear. He needed a better lawyer. What happens if you spray flute noise with a spray bottle? It'd probably sound like a piccolo. You'd have to consult CB Fangirl over that. I don't know. Continuing on. Where am I? 91. I've been reading for this 4 hours. Okay, 91. They bill you double for dying. Logico drove to an entertainment law firm where he was recommended, but then, when he got there, he saw the size of their lobby and knew immediately that it was too expensive for him. Fortunately, a lawyer had just been murdered, so he offered to solve it in return for a discount. 91. Inspector Irrational, this is the hint. Inspector Irrational consulted a dream he had dreamt and then emailed his declaration to Logico. Judge Pine had a huge pile of paperwork. Inspector Irrational. The suspects are Argyle, Blackston, Pine, and Blackstone. What do you mean China? Anyways. Solution, answer number 91. It was Agent Argyle with an antique clock in a partner's office to get a higher percentage. I wanted another percentage point of a mutual client's revenue. He disagreed. We negotiated, and long story short, he died. Is that a crime? Logico realized that nobody in Hollywood was going to be able to help him escape his contract, but he knew somebody who could. Hold on, my mom's upstairs. I'll be right back. Yeah, Mom? Sorry, back. Apparently,
We're
someone.
gonna lose internet in a few minutes.
Oh man, I gotta end this stream, guys. I'm gonna lose internet in a few minutes. There's only a few left. Let me just. Long story short. Bye. Long story short. Irrational. It was all about oil. Okay, irrational faked his death, so we didn't actually die, and also oil. Okay. Good night, guys.